The curtains opened, and there the audience was. I was not in my high school auditorium anymore, though. I was a Delta Nu in Elle Wood's sorority house, excited at the possibility of her proposal to Warner. I could be as vibrant and frivolous as I wanted to portray the character. I wasn't one bit scared that I didn't fit into how others saw Nikita, me, a subdued and diligent Indian American. But sure, that's me too. I value working hard to reach my goals, and I'm reserved when that is what I favor in this situation. But that has nothing to do with my skin color. No one's identity can fit neatly into a box. Remember that. However, the reality in America is that you'll often be expected to fall in line with the simplistic and untrue idea of the model minority. It's hard not to think about how Asian you are. I know, believe me. I have worried about whether I'm too much of a nerd or care too much about my education and career goals, especially when I want to seem cool and interesting to people I want to be friends with or to belong in a crowd. I was scared to stand out too much and alienate myself as the Indian kid in a private school where I was the only Asian one in my class. But also, I didn't want to seem strange for not meeting the standards of what people judged me to be. When I thought about it too hard, I would become only a fraction of myself. But that's no way to live. Not every Indian American is the same. Not every Indian is the same. There are so many different languages, dialects, and customs of different groups of Indians. Sometimes I want to shout that to everyone who asks me, "Do you speak Indian?" I know they have good intentions and are just ignorant of the reality of the cultural diversity of India, but it reveals the simplistic perspective most of society has about my race. There's so many Indian Americans, and we're all so different and diverse. We can't be distilled to one idea. This is hard to remember myself, especially when the media so frequently presents a one-dimensional view of people of Indian origin. Even when efforts are made to show racial diversity in American books, movies, and other media, people of Indian origin are almost always presented as token side characters and never interesting and multifaceted leads. We each are so complex with our own individual passions, hopes, fears, and weaknesses. But if we focus on race, our individuality will be taken from us. You can't let that happen to you. Don't let your identity be erased. Don't become a fraction of yourself. It doesn't matter if you fall into others' preconceived notions about you or not. Don't compromise any part of yourself because of the standards and limits American society holds Indian Americans to. The model minority is fictitious and dangerous. It pits us against other minorities who could be doing as well as we are if they tried harder. We also feel like we don't belong in the conversation about the struggles of minorities. The myth also isolates us from the white majority because we are apparently outperforming them. But the reality of the situation is that so many of our needs are still unmet. We are kept quiet. Our voices are still not heard. It's still hard as an Asian American to achieve the status you want. People still keep Asian Americans out of positions of power, and they are hardly ever given central roles in a project, whether it be as an actor, director, model, CEO, or politician. We are still asked to be quiet and stay in our place as a hardworking and competent sidekick, never in the lead or in the center of something. We are asked to keep our heads down and just stay behind the scenes. But don't let that limit you, because you can be different if you push hard enough. If grades are important to you, fight for them. If you identify with something beyond what other people see you as, fight for it too. Don't wait for people to see you differently. Surprise them with your complexity. Don't shy away from it. Don't let other people's ignorance take away from who you are and how you see yourself. You don't have to reject your culture or hide yourself behind it. Be all of you.